Okay, gonna do stabilizer links. Get it as high as you can. Gonna do both sides. You best do both sides. It's easier. And make sure you get it as high as possible with a map gas or a torch, okay? And it's a 17 millimeter. Make sure you do both sides. Otherwise you'll be regretting it. Ah, not the right size. Ah, shit. It's an 18. Ah. Sometimes you just gotta put the needle nose vice grips on them and hold them. Most of the time, yeah. Especially when they're original. All right, now we gotta do the bottom ones. Best thing to do is to heat them up. Get an air ratchet in there and put your needle nose vice grips on them. And then you can remove them that way. Get them as hot as you can. They'll come off like butter. And make sure you don't heat up your half shaft boot. You don't want to melt that or have it rest up upon it when it comes apart. Alright, so now you're going to get the other side off. Careful, everything is hot. You don't want to put your new parts on parts that are hot. It'll eventually work its way in there and it'll heat up your ball studs and then it'll ruin your Teflon plastic inside there. So you want to cool them off, get a wet rag, keep putting them on them, spray some water on them, make sure they're cool to the touch. Always use gloves when you're using a torch because you don't want to burn your hand. All right, here's the new ones, they're Moogs. You put a wrench on these to hold them. It's an 18. And the sock there, nut is an 18. So we're gonna do the bottoms first, okay? And then you wanna tighten them good and tight. Then you wanna raise them up and you wanna put a big long breaker bar on it with your wrench and hold the wrench and tighten it up. You want them babies tight because you don't want them coming loose inside the little stabilizer bar or up here on the strut causing a rattle, because they will. Now put them into the struts. Put your nuts on and tighten them up also. See, now you know why you do them both, why you do both of them. And you do the bottom one first because you got to get in there. You got to move it around. If you had that one on one side attached, doing one at a time, you wouldn't be able to move it around. You'd be fighting it. So easier just to do them both. Okay, now you're gonna do is tighten that one. The top one's up, same way. If you're gonna tighten these up with an impact and not hold it with your wrench, that stud, that ball stud inside there is gonna spin and it's gonna overheat and it's gonna wear out the bushing inside there and you're gonna have a premature failure on that link kit. So that's why you gotta hold it so it doesn't spin and you tighten your nut. Okay, now they're tight. Both sides are done. Now you can do is pump two pumps into your grease zerks, and now you can put your tires back on and torque your tires to 90 foot-pounds and lower it down and make sure you gotta pump up your brake pedal before you put it in drive or reverse, because you never know, the pistons might have walked in a little bit when you're messing around down there. So always make sure you got a good brake pedal before you put it in drive or reverse. That's it. And that's how you do stabilizer links. If I helped you out to do these stabilizer links, that's awesome. If you help me out by subscribing, I appreciate it. If you already did, thank you.